Buenos dias, buenos tardes, buenos noches, mi amigos, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world. And thank you for joining us today for another Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. My name is MK. I'll be your caster and cameraman for today, and I am not running solo. I'm running with a co-caster, Nidal, but I do think he is AFK at the current moment, so he'll be back momentarily. But we are gonna have. Oh, there he is. What's up, Nidal?
I
Welcome
was
in, my
muted
friend.
this whole time. I've been chatting with you this whole time. My bad, y'all. Welcome in, everybody. We are here with Copa Peru 2025, of course. We've got the Penguins of Madagascar up against, I believe, Colossus here on a classic hard rain matchup. And these teams do swap around their names a lot, but I think just last week we had this pretty much exact same matchup under two different names. But I think this was the exact same matchup as we had last week.
Yeah, I was looking over the bracket. I know there was another cup that went on, but actually, I was looking. It was Lobscurite got that victory over Colossus that put them here, and actually, Babylonia sent down the
Mm.
Penguins down here as well. So I think maybe that it's either a different cup, or maybe we get that confused a little bit because the underdog Lobscurite did send them down. So that is the possibility. I'm not quite sure if we're thinking the same cup here and all. Maybe I'm incorrect.
I was thinking about Zvanki Cup
Bonky, yeah,
possibly,
yeah, okay.
where both of these teams are in it. They're just participating under different names than they are in this cup.
Okay.
But I think I might be wrong. But regardless, even if this isn't a matchup that you saw last week, this is a matchup that you see quite often here. Colossus, they may, especially in 2024, maybe 2023 region, they're one of the top dogs of the South American region. Lately, it's been kind of called into question, and Penguins of Madagascar is one of those teams that have been actively calling them into question. So, although Penguins are going to be probably the underdog position here in this matchup, there's real chance for this to go either way, as we saw with the L'Obscurité win against the same squad.
Yeah, I definitely agree that it can happen here now because we were talking about the Penguins and also L'Obscurité trying to move their way up the ranks, trying to beat the top five from South America as we were going over. And so far, L'Obscurité was able to do it. Penguins of Madagascar probably want to do the same thing here. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge as it looks like Colossus has all of their core members on here now, if I believe that's who they are. So but so do the Penguins. So Skipper's in there, Kowalski, Evo Rico, and Rico as well. So they have their full squad here. So I believe if there's any chance for them to do it, it's gonna be now. And with this late tank at 78% of the way through the map here and all, it looks like both teams, no matter what, are gonna put up at least about 300 points. Even if both teams wipe up, if one team does it, one team does, unless a quad would land before that. But I don't see that happening here this late in the tournament.
Okay. Yeah, I'm certainly excited for this match. Before we get these two more ready ups, I'm sure this has already been mentioned by this point, of course, but to say it very directly, this is loser bracket. Loser goes home from Copa Peru. Won't be fighting any longer in it. Let's see as the Penguins start off on the Survivor side. Double boom to start them off. Fortunately, Ellis falls on the other side where he immediately is prey to a Hunt Spit. Coach over there in the corner as well. And it's a nice 5%er from Colossus to start us off.
Not bad, two respectable damage. I do agree as well. And also, some extra boomer slaps coming out there, way abused back in the day. No, way more abused than what it is now.
Okay.
So it's a lot different. But first attack is in, like you said, 5%. They're even able to push over the trailer. It doesn't look like the infected are going to spring their trap here. It's going to be a tri-cap with boom, no smoker. I still think they hit in the alley up here now, even though there's no spit for sure.
Yeah, I think it's great. Obviously, survivors have a lot of options, which can throw the SIs off guard, but at the end of the day, no matter what they choose, even if the SIs get thrown off guard, they're either going to be running into a corner area or they're going to be running straight down a ravine. Either way, definitely not pro survivors. Let's see what they opt to go for, as we do have more. So both of these teams got beat down by L'Obscurité last week. Maybe that's where my questions come from. But charge will miss. going to be a stumble. Jockey now hopelessly hopping and the back up at the same time. Can lead to some issues. But regardless, looks like we are getting the sorry manos, and we are back into it. Not a lot of damage onto the Penguins at this point. I gotta say that much.
Looking pretty good now, I gotta admit. 2 hits in, not much coming out of it. I mean, they didn't have Spitter for the second hit, but still, none of the cappers really connecting.
Yeah. We'll get one more shot at it here. Charge comes from the side, just wide open charge, gets melted. Beautifully dealing with the Smoker and Hunter in tow. No spit damage from it. And they're still going to be sitting over 93% with yet another hit in the books. 33 going to be the first tank as the survivors do back it up to that house on stilts. And hopefully smooth sailing for the rest of our match here.
Yeah, hope that server hears you and doesn't let us down with no more crashes or nothing like that. We have a little bit of the beginning. The beginning's the time to have it, though. Let the action start flowing. But again, they're going to sack it. It's interesting. They're going to throw and they're throwing the jockey in. Interesting here. I mean, he has plenty of control to swap out spawns here and all. But that's interesting, throwing the charger and the jockey in. I thought you'd want both of them for the commit. Just my opinion.
Right. Yeah, so with this current setup, it's looking like it's going to be a Hunter, Smoker, Charger. Which is interesting to keep. I was more so looking at keeping the Charger over the jockey. Charger can be great here as well. Of course, just depends on if you can land it or not. Car up and over. Won't quite keep it in play. That would have been beautiful. Little free car over. Could have kept it in play there. Does take about 300 points of chip as he rightfully ditches that car. Got it set up as well as he could want it. And goes for the full engage here. Smoker Hunter Charger. Not quite going all the way in, but he does drop down. Kind of just gets the worst of all worlds right there. Is trying desperately to find a corner. 2200 as he gets his first smack. He needs the support or he's just going to go down. Hunter connects, Smoker connects, but everything is dead. As far as this tank is concerned, he is as well. Actually gets one more smack onto Rico there. K-Rico. But unfortunately, the damage is, I mean, they definitely got some smacks. Rico's DB's open, but quite a lot of bonus still in the tank for the Penguins.
Yeah, I believe the tally comes up to about 25% damage with the tank, which is a little bit above normal. I would say about average, in my opinion, 25%. Not bad. No end caps go down, though. So the damage bonus is protected. So it's going to be really difficult and all for them to get damage. Boomer goes first. Now they can't send any SI. The survivors pretty much get this for free. And Colossus is just going to yield to a save from hit post tank. Not even try anything here. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting for sure. I was thinking they may just send in Spit as well, go for a quad, but that's not what they're aiming for. Gonna get a Hunter to pair with this Jockey Charger Spit hit. And yeah, one more hit.
Reloading. All spawns are going to the top of the safe room. Looks like they're just going to chill up there. All come from the same area. Actually, the Hunter noticed it and thought it'd be a really bad idea to all come from the same area, so they're going to relocate, bring the bounce from the back. Probably going to see some baiting on the safe room door here. 600 points on the survivor team. See how much they can hold trying to enter. Charger rockets out. Charger does not land. Gets melted. Hunter Spit is successful. Nothing else lands. So it'll just be about 35 points now, and this is a good start for the Penguins. It is the second easiest chapter, but they are able to put up 964. Great start for Penguins.
Yeah, I mean, that last hit could have gone a little bit better, sure, but you can't ask for too much more because if you are super greedy with the hit, survivors might be able to just surprise you and walk it straight in. So I do like that they get some amount of value on that, although it is a little bit lackluster. 964 points for the Penguins. Not a bad start at all. And we'll see how this tank goes, especially for Colossus. Of course, we're not going to have any kind of charge in it against to start us off. See how this first hit goes. It's about 5% for Colossus.
Look at where the SI are setting up here. Interesting where the Smoker is. Smoker might not be able to compete in this hit until everybody's out of the safe room. Nick hasn't left yet, so Smoker can't go. Nick is still not left yet. The Smoker's going to die way out of order.
Ah,
Unfortunate for the Penguins here. Smoker not going to land either. Dies off. And they're just going to hold the spitter. And
yeah.
not much coming out at all. Just a little damage onto access there and all. That's it.
No gas. See what I say?
I'm not sure if the boom died first or second. Keeping the spit here could prevent the boom coming back in the rotation for this hit. We'll see what Evil Rico is.
Reloading.
He is going to be the boom.
2-2, no. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
You're right.
Reloading.
I mean, they can make this work, but it's going to be a lot more difficult. They're going to have to rely on the survivors to pop that boomer on somebody who gets charged. In my opinion, that's where all the damage is going to come from.
And again, survivors have this question. Left, right, or center?
Hey, watch out for landmarks.
Very rarely see center be the move. Usually is left. Right can throw some teams off as well. They're going to have the spit for this. So if they can just get one of these SIs to land, particularly the Charger, of course. Jockey goes in first from the side. Boom, finds nothing. Pop first. Charger in a 1v1. He's going to lose that. Jockey. That's that. And we question Colossus and their ability to find pre-tank damage with their SIs. But they're doing even better than the Penguins did.
Yeah, I mean, there was about, I think, 1.5% worth of free spit damage that did go out there at the end, but that's pretty much where most of it came from. Look at all the damage, single digits except for Skipper. And this will be the first tank of the game for the Penguins of Madagascar. Also into the hands of Skipper. And they're going to throw their SI here. Smoker Hunter going to go in, try to get some pre-tank damage. Hunter gets shut down. Boomer rockets in, gets nothing. Smoker pull at the end. Gets, I don't know if it registered a ding or not. No, it did not. And survivors will be able to retreat back to the stilted house as the tank is unsuccessful on bringing an extra car over.
Yeah, I mean, the Penguins, they got a maximum of 10 damage output. If you're looking at per SI basis. Struggling for damage so far, but of course, can be some massive changes here during this tank. Charger Jockey Hunter is going to be the setup. How we feel about this, MK? We sacking anything?
I think this is ideal. I think this is the perfect commit. Everything you'd possibly want here. Just the Smoker's just not going to do the damage output, and survivors really got to make a misplay for anything to happen in the cars in the front. I think Skipper should have probably punched one car a little bit more closer in the front, in my opinion. But he's on his way in. He drops down onto the stilted house. He goes around back. He's lost a K already. He hits the ground pretty close to Rochelle. Gets a punch onto Coach early. Another punch onto Coach, down to 1,800. Another punch onto Coach. He's down to 600 HP. All the SI have failed him. And this tank will get nothing but one end cap. And I believe it was a Charger punch. And that was all the tank now. It was help from the SI.
Yeah, SI is dropping in early for some diversion to try to minimize the amount of damage that the tank took. Immediately trying to engage on the survivors once one player went down, access. But Ellis getting the one-shot ski on the Hunter, who was a one to lead the engagement, dodging the Jockey, dodging the Charger, the hit to spell flat. And that's 75% of the bonus left for Colossus. It's not a huge advantage. They could still be in second once we go to the second chapter. Let's see this hit. Boom from the side. Window catches 3. Hunter drops in. Unfortunately, Spit nowhere to be found. Spit block on Coach, but it actually works out with the smoke. But Rochelle does get that safety corner. And yeah, I mean, Colossus, win or lose, they've accomplished their goal, matching Penguins, maybe even one-upping them here.
Yeah, I believe it's about a 60-point delta with the last hit coming in. No spitter, no smoker for this final opportunity of damage. And Access is just calling the whole W. Looks like they don't want to bait this at all. Okay, they do bait it. Oh, there they don't. Here comes the SI.
Wow.
Oh, it's going to be a roll, and Tri-Cap comes in. One slam comes out, and there's a one boom. This damage is mounting. 100 points worth of damage. 200 points worth of damage. Oh, my goodness. What a final hit for the Penguins of Madagascar, knocking the bonus down to 48.7. And they are going to take the lead after one by over 140-some points. No, wow. What an ending.
Yeah, I love the proactive hit from the Penguins. Obviously, you know, it's their last hit. They're not afraid to send the boom out first. And the boom landing on 2 or 3 to start the engagement caused so much chaos. Survivors weren't really sure where to move, and the cappers were all able to land pretty much at the same time on different targets. Just benefiting from all the chaos that came out. And it was a beautiful play, worth about 200 points of damage there, and it is going to put the Penguins in the lead, which is going to force them to start off on the Survivor side as we head to Chapter 2. Looking like we got a Hunter, Jockey, Boom spit for this area. We're going to see the inside hit. They're going to wait. Looks like they're going to wait.
Wow, fast ready ups is pretty awesome though. I can't argue with that.
Really fast.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't even get a chance. Probably people are still seeing the ad rolling right now, if I'm being honest with you. But that's the way it is sometimes. But
Yeah.
Hunter, Boomer, Jockey, Spitter 2-2. I'm surprised they don't go. Okay, they do. Oh, they sent the Hunter in. The Spitter was not ready. It's a little delayed. Jockey gets M2'd. It's still decent damage for a 2-2 though. No, they got pretty standard hit there. Put Rico down 80 HP. Oh, it's a free spit.
I think we gotta cut through the sugar.
All right, a little bit more comes out there. Evil Rico loses 3, but that's it.
Kind of perplexed why the Jockey chose that area to come through. Maybe wanted to get a little greedy with it. Bring 2 into the spit, but I would have loved to see him just go on the hunt target from the same window and continue to lay on the spit damage. That would have been sick, but it was still a good hit. We got a Charger, Smoker, Hunter, Boom. In they go in a row. Charger will miss the brunt of the damage for that hit. Smoker's still trying to get a scratch or 2 with a 1 Boom on the explosion. I think that was Smoke Boom dying last, so should be in for a great hit up ahead. But yeah, 3% per hit. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, you're right. The average is that. Right on the. You took the words right out of my mouth beautifully. And not only that, look at their momentum. They're able to push this checkpoint uncontested.
Yeah.
The Penguins have momentum right now. Morale's on their side. Let's see if they can keep up with the gameplay. They're pushing early. There's comments. The attack comes in. Nothing really gets anything. The Spitter is late to the attack too. No. Look how beautifully the Penguins are taking his 3 hits in.
That's horrific for Colossus. I mean, Penguins basically on the hit before that, they were just holding W while they cleared it out. And they were so quick through the next sequence. Boom not landing on any, or actually Boom did land on a person. But they were still just so fast that they beat that very important choke point. And you could see it caught Colossus off guard. They were scrambling to get their hit together. It was one of the better hits in the game. It was like Hunter, Jockey, Charger, Spit. But it found absolutely nothing, even though it was close quarters. I mean, that still should have been a good area to hit, but it just completely fell flat.
This is going to be the last hit they get before tank. They're just going to send it early. Smoker Hunter combination. Actually, both were successful, but they weren't together, so the damage output is not terrible, though. Not a lot of boomer slaps coming out here, but they are going to be able to get the tank up, second tank of the game for Colossus in the hands of Erlin. Oh, he has... Okay, they finally cleared the common. I was going to say, they were a little common lock there, and he maybe could have dropped in, but that would have been risky now with 8 seconds left on the last spawn timer.
They take a lot of common infected damage there, actually. Yeah, they were really, really trying to push the clock and get the tank brought in before a hit could punish them, but yeah, just lack of common cleared. Charge can catch Rochelle from outer space. Rock will get cleared, but Charge even collides and gets the extra damage or the damage at all for landing that. Boom as well, but no rocks for the Guatemalan here. He does dip down in his frustration down to 80%, 70%. And yeah, with this LOS, he's going to have to find a rock, or it's going to be the engage pretty soon here.
I don't know, they've hit him 5 times this chapter, including the 3 hits, or the 3 infected with the tank. And look at the average, just 2% per hit. That's it. That's what they're doing. So Penguin's doing a pretty good job here, but it is tank time. So this one's going to be very important for both sides. And take the tank away, he's in now.
All right, gonna toss a rock up at the skies for good luck. In comes a Jockey from behind. Wow, they immediately turn to it. Almost laser him down, but he's still alive. Actually, smoke pull into the Hunter, but they're able to get the clear with the SMGs. Jockey following up. No Smoker's good enough. Now they're scrambling to deal with that. Now the Jockey's grabbed a target. Now they're completely split 2 and 2, but Arlen lets Row by. Rico is down, but I mean, Erlin, we don't have too much left to work with now, except Ro's going to gift you one. He says, thank you very much, Kowalski. But that's going to be pretty much it. Arlen's got to be careful. Penguins obviously don't know how low he is right now. He's very low. But, you know, trying to climb up, climb down, get a cheeky rock. You're going to hope for some SI spawns. Hunter, Charger, Boom are up and ready to go. Going to rely on some heavy-duty SI work while he is just going to try to get a curve rock. And they go. Charge will miss. Hunter skeeted out of the sky. He does get a smack to reset his frustration, but he's sitting here at 60 HP. Surely the Penguins are going to end it, and indeed they will. With the pickup here on Rico, he's not going to go down. I gotta say, MK, I feel like they escaped almost certain death there. Maybe not certain death, but I feel like that could have been played just a little bit better.
Yeah, that smoker tongue was not cleared quickly enough and all. That started everything. The separation, the amazing clears still, though, from the Penguins.
Yeah.
They only took 34% damage from the tank. And considered what happened and all, that is amazing right now where they're at. As long as they can keep the mental game together, they're in still great shape. Let's see if they can take this next choke point. Good job on the infected team, though, killing that boomer towards the end. So they do get a tri-cap with spit on this stair hit. And this is a great set of spawns now. Can't ask for anything more here, in my opinion.
Right. Classic stairwell bait. Smoker gets picked, though, by Rowe. Wow. And, okay, still get the jockey into the charge. He collides with the wall, though, and the jockey drops down. Coach just go down. I mean, that could have been a kill, but instead, Rico survives with just some scrapes.
Yeah, I don't know if he had the angle or he just hesitated, but they do get the charge spit nonetheless, so the damage output is great. So they don't get the reset, but they do guarantee the charge spit. Gets a damage below 50%. 624 points remain. All the pills will be committed before they hit this field for sure. Let's see what they can do with their spawn. Smoker, Charger together. Charger just M's one from a mile away, not getting anything. Hunter goes from the other side. So, Charger gets a smack. Smoker gets a ding too. So they do find a little bit of value with their set of spawns, and now it'll be a elevator ride down now. And I don't know if they're going to get more pills, but close to being slow in this sugarcane field coming up.
As it stands, Colossus does not have access to the quad, which is kind of the classic go-to move through the sugarcane fields. It's going to be Charger, Jockey, Hunter, Spit. I'm curious. Okay, Spit actually does spawn in, tries to block, and Rowe hesitates. So that will be able to buy and pretty much certainly enough time for the squad, as he's already down to 10 seconds while they got to take this very slow lift. And I'm assuming the quad set up for Colossus. Of course, this could be a boom, but I'm assuming that they're aware that this is going to be the quad. And it's the boom. And he sacks the boom. And now this is kind of a different story, MK.
Yeah, now all the comms are going to spawn above. They could just run through this. I think it's a little bit of a misplay, in my opinion. This boomer, hitting the boom before the drop here is very overrated, in my opinion. Survivor team should have a clean run. Okay, they're hesitating a little bit. Oh, they're leaving Evo Rico in the back here. They're a little separated. Oh, Coach is in the head. Smoker just got up, though, so there's no initiation. They're actually going to make it. The Charger can't grab anybody. Oh, it's a 25 DP coming out. The Charger grabs the 25 Survivor. I don't know if that slam landed. There goes the Smoker pole. It does get a ding, and they're going to walk in with 420 points.
Oh.
No pun intended and all, but that's a good number for them to walk in with.
Shout out my smokers. The in-game special infected, that is.
I didn't even see the 25 coming. No, it was just there.
And that's going to be over 1,000 points for them. You're absolutely right. I didn't see the 25 coming either, but I mean, otherwise, they did what they could with the hit. I would have kind of just liked a 3-1 with Spit, but at the same time, they are in a very wide open area, so Spit isn't really something that you want to hinge on, so I respect it. Maybe they didn't know, and they were just willing to take the coin flip, like, oh, if this is a boom, then we can just super quickly sack it and still hit at the very end. Maybe that was just a coin flip for Colossus. When you're in the game, you can't 100% know for sure what died in what order every single time. So I don't blame them too much, but we got a first hit here for the Penguins of Madagascar as they swap over to their SI side. Jockey actually leading into the way. Hunter's still going to get in onto Coach with the Spit. Triple boom as well on the other side. And look at that. Oh my goodness. What a hit out of the Penguins.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. Colossus is so lucky there that they spammed the wall and were able to get the kill, because if they weren't able to clear that, that might have been an in-cap survivor now if they don't get to clear through that wall, or somebody else has to run through the spit too. That was beautifully done by the Penguins. Great momentum going to the second hit. Let's see what they can follow up with. And they sacked it to a quad. It looks like they are weary of it. They're slowing down to clear out the commons. They don't want to be dealing with any commons when the quads come. Okay, the Infected have an advantageous spawn here. They should go. It's going to go. There goes the pull. And then Hunter lands. Charger misses, though. It's not going to be the quad. Charger fist. Another fist. And doubling down over 10%, or almost 12% for 2 hits. Much better average coming out from the Penguins here now with their Infected.
Yeah, I mean, lead shotgun coach Erlen has just been getting the smackdown here. I love that the Hunter still takes some 1v1 with coach. Like, he recognizes, yeah, this guy's a shotgun player. But at the end of the day, I have to hit this in order to chain it with the spit. If I go for something else, it's just not really going to work. So I respect that he still goes for it. And you can see sometimes taking a risk pays off brilliantly as the coach missing the shotgun. And also that kind of gets into his head. You see, took a lot of damage on that previous hit. Popping his pills, though, as he does find a second set. In comes the hit. Boom, no good. Smoke will be. Jockey as well. But the hit actually gets cleaned up without too much incident. I gotta say, they take a little bit of damage, but no separation, no spit. They're good to go.
That was a good try by the Penguins. I think the Hunter got a little too greedy to try to wait to see if the jockey could drop him down there or not. I think they should have just taken the pound spit, but look at the damage output. It's in favor right now for Penguins going into the tank, and Colossus still has at least one more SI attack to deal with, and it's going to be a quad attempt before tank. And look at how cautious Colossus is playing now. They know that there's another quad incoming, trying to take this as safely as possible. And I don't know when they're going to spring it, but I think Ellis has to go forward a little bit before they can do so due to the Hunter back there. But I do like where the Hunter is. He's going for an Uzi. There goes the Smoker. Oh, it's a 2-cap. Charger's going to take the first guy. This is going to be good damage while there's a jockey in the back. Punch, charge. 1 slam. Oh, that's big damage. Wow. No, look at that. Down to 73.3. Penguins are on fire right now. Tank's about to come up. See if they can get it up before they have to deal with another tank. Or another hit, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, the DB is already open on the side of Erlen. He has just been taking hit after hit, which is just the way it goes from time to time. I love what you're saying. Hunter going on the SMG target. I thought the quad was executed well. Obviously, didn't actually land all 4, but gets a lot more damage here, pre-tank situation. And we got a player slowly bleeding out for all of his life.
Yeah, it's going to be... That Moonrock is a little too far. I love Moonrocks now. I'm a big fan of Moonrocks. Yeah. They're way overrated. A little overshot again. I like to throw them a little lower. Oh, he drops. Interesting.
Huh.
No big effect, though. I think he maybe did it because it'd be easier to get a better angle with the Moonrocks, but let's see what he's going to do with these spawns. He's got another Boomer. They're probably going to want to hit again. First pass, 35% frustration. Survivors have 70% of their bonus. They got to do something now if they want to. There goes the Boomer. Charger's coming. Smoker gets the pull. Charger misses. The rock is unsuccessful. And all they do is force the survivors to pop another set of pills. So the bonus does go down to 67.5. Smoker killed off. I didn't see what died first, though, no. I did miss that. I don't know if it was Boomer or not.
I mean, Kowalski has not lost much HP at all, and he just gets to continue standing out there, holding frustration. I actually quite like this play. In response, Colossus, look at this. He goes in, taking away MK.
All right, he splits one of the survivors. Hunter takes the target, goes to Rock. He's got Coach cornered. This may be an in-cap unless Coach goes too far away. Oh, he can't pop pills. He's going to go down to 2,600. There goes the in-cap. His support goes in to save him so he could decommit. And this tank is going to drag out a bit longer. And the Charger is even here to assist this tank as he goes back for a despawn. Survivors have to grab ammo because they're out of ammo. The Survivor is for sure going to get boomed on. And this is going to be a pressure right now for the Penguins of Madagascar.
I love it. I love this play. We got some rocks coming out in the meantime. The rocks are getting skeeted, but all this pressure being applied to Erlen, who got downed at pretty much the worst spot imaginable. Colossus basically welcomed this engage, and Kowalski was like, all right, well, if y'all want this, then I'll give it to you. And it ended up not being what Colossus wanted. Another rock comes out here. You're going to try it onto Taeyong. Hunter just goes in for the kill, and now Tank is going to engage to get Taeyong, the smoke. We'll just pull him back in, charge, wiped up. Kowalski is actually still, I mean, he's good. The pickup comes in, but he's going to be able to cancel that. Arlen dies, and now he's got him right where he wants him. 500 HP left, tossing out a rock, sure. Doesn't really matter at this point with Arlen dead, Taeyong down. They've got no DB. They've got pretty much no bonus at all to speak of. They do have some pills to pass around. Might get them a little bit further in this chapter, but yeah, Tank definitely got done what he needed to get done, especially considering how frustrating this Tank can be to play.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. A little technical difficulty there.
Cool.
Let's see. Sorry, I'm having some issues. No, take it for a second.
All good. All good. All right, Hunter gonna land onto Ellis. Jockey doubles up, but the survivors don't clear him. They got issues of their own. Now he gets hung. He gets hanged. The charge comes in the spit. Down goes Access. 33 is over here. Actually, down goes 33. Access is hanging over here. It's all down to Taeyong, who is going to be able to get these two pickups. Jockey ready to recommit. Yeah, they got to cancel the pickup again. He hangs another one. The Jockey, the Executioner Jockey, here's smoke pulling to Taeyong. All he's got is a baseball bat. Cannot prevent that. And Colossus is gonna go down. No bonus. Lacking full distance by about, about 175. That's quite a bit. And yeah, I mean, the Penguins are up by like 700 points, which is crazy as we go into chapter 3.
Yeah, that is true. No, you were 100% correct. The Penguins now have a pretty respectively pointed delta, in my opinion, Nall. And this next chapter is the last real big value, in my opinion, in the match.
Right.
This is the big distance right here. Let's see, 500. The next two are only 400. Even the finale is only 400. So if we're going to chapter 5, if Colossus wants to make a move, it's got to be here, because this is a lot of points to be down going into chapter 4, in my opinion, if it holds at this 600 plus.
Okay, I can't even finish my thought because we do have these very refreshingly quick ready ups coming out. Jockey, Charger, Spitter, Smoker. They send in the spit, and now the question kind of is, I mean, I'm assuming this is going to be the quad, but I assumed that it was last time for Colossus, and it ended up not being that. Of course, there is a way when it's just starting right outside the safe room. There is a way that you can guarantee that like this is going to be a boom or this isn't going to be a boom. And you might know exactly what it's going to be. But regardless, I talk long enough that we get to see that it's a boom. So again, they trade out a spit for a boom into the sugarcane fields. It comes to hit. Charger goes tops over. Gets absolutely obliterated, but he still managed to find a target and land with the smackdown. Kowalski getting jockeyed around. This is not the cleanest take from Penguins by any stretch of the imagination. But I suppose it'll get the job done as they are able to hop into the lift.
Yeah, it's over double digit before the lift, and this is actually an earlier tank here and all, but first two chapters being the 70% range. Of course, this one's at 45%, so this is much sooner, but I do believe they'll be able to exit the stairwell and get down in the open field before the tank is up. That's benefit for the Penguins. But Colossus here has good spawns for this choke point. Look at that. I think the only thing they'd rather have is maybe the Smoker instead of the Hunter, but that Hunter can set up something else with some stumbles.
Okay, they drop down to the side. I mean, Ellis taking his time, but they get down.
They took it already. There's really no threat anymore. No.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at this. Clean.
Yep.
Very clean from the Penguins.
It honestly...
Oh.
Not all the woods yet. No, that spit bug is way too late, and they're just out in the open. Axis has got to run it back. Okay.
That was absolutely amazing there for the Penguins, for those chain of events to fall into place. No, they didn't even hit inside the thing. They just let them take the whole thing.
Right. That's what was kind of perplexing to me, and we even saw the gaps. I mean, that was not... I obviously it played off perfectly for the Penguins, but there was some gap there. Maybe that was part of the plan to try to bait it out, but I don't know. I think that there is a world where some pretty nasty stuff happens to Evil Rico there. Anyway, hit comes in. Boom for 2. Actually finding that. I'm very surprised that Boom was able to find 2. Other SI is able to find not. And we got access. Chilling out. Throwing rocks.
Doesn't want to commit with the 2 boom. No, that's interesting. I mean, he doesn't
Yeah.
have his SI. That's probably why. But
Right.
I mean, I think if that boom landed before the 2 SI go, I think there is no way he can pass that up with a 2 boom and all those commons.
Right. Okay. He is going to go straight for the engage. Jockey Smoker Hunter. Early smoke pull. Whoa, we'll kind of get cleared. Ellis still gets back, and then immediately double team onto Ellis. He gets the ski, but Jockey he will not get. Now they are running away, but we still have the smoke. Ready for some chaos here. They've got to clear the smoke. Finally turning to the Jockey. Evo Rico is in the corner. Look at the smoke. They get to clear the smoke. This is a crazy take to cast here. What do you even talk about? So much happening all at the same time, and even a rock landing onto Access. Look at Rico here with 1 HP. I mean, that was kind of crazy. It looked really good for Colossus, but it kind of fell apart as the survivors were able to just all take it back and deal with the tank in the side room.
Yeah, 52.4% of the bonus remains on the survivor team. The damage bonus has been opened up because Evo Rico was able to pop his pills before he got capped, so that suffered some of the damage bonus. But he does take care of the Hunter 1v1, but the Jockey finds a target during the tank null, and that was big for Colossus. But the Hunter's going to land, gets spit on, but the spit misses. Charger gets melted, but does land for 10 damage. They shoot the spitter on the charge guy. So they'll get the damage below 50%, down to 500 even. No, but even if the survivor teams walks in with this 500, even 400 points, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Colossus.
Right, yeah. I mean, the issue here is that they do have the DB wide open. So this could fall quite a bit more than 100 points by the time that they walk it in, especially with what we know about the upcoming choke point. But it is a quad, which is, obviously kind of all or nothing at times. And it's not really what you want for an enclosed space. So I wonder if Colossus is going to potentially send this early, or maybe they're going to wait for survivors to attempt the drop out of Ducatel Sugar Co. I'm not sure what the plan is.
We're almost out of the mill.
Yeah, this is a tough one. No, I agree, because I think you really want a spitter for this, but they need to go for all or broke here, so they need to wipe them out and not let them get any of this bonus. And if I was Penguins, if they're aware of this hit coming in, I would just take the bottom route. But they don't know about it. The infected call to go. The Charger just melted away. They do land a rolling tri-cap though, no, but it's not enough. The Charger can't connect. Wow, I cannot believe that it was a rolling tri-cap like that. No, it was beautiful by the infected, but the Charger just deleted.
It's no damage. I mean, the DB is the same as it exactly was beforehand, and without that taking a hit, survivors had some pretty well insulated bonus, you could say. And yeah, the damage of an SI landing for a tick or two just isn't really going to cut it. So they still walk in with 932. And this is I don't know. I'm trying to find a way for Colossus. It is a decent chance for them to get back into this because the tank is definitely not ideal, but they are going to have perfect survivor play. Definitely cannot be giving it any freebies to the Penguins at all. It comes to full engage with only one player in the side room, but the Charger misses. Spit will still come out for a bit. I mean, it's still a huge hit, MK. It's still a massive hit.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage onto Erlin. I mean, look at it. He's already down to 62. That's 3 tank punches right from the gate. Even 33 goes down to 4. Taeyong and Access still going to remain 5 for a little while longer, but if they keep averaging the amount of damage that they're getting per hit, they're going to be looking really good as far as Penguins I'm talking about. But they are able to get in. They get inside before they get a field hit. So,
yeah.
I mean, the only thing different is that Colossus just took all the damage from the first hit instead of Penguins taking it on the second.
Well, the other
they
thing is, I mean, the Penguins still sent it in, right? So we got 5 seconds left, and this lift is about to open. They're going to avoid any death charge. They're going to be able to drop straight down. There is a potential for a hit once they get to that lower level. But again, just like the Penguins, Colossus has been able to weather the storm of that pretty spooky sequence between the lift and where we're at right now.
One more drop. If they hit the next level, it will spawn the tank right away. So when the survivors make a move, tank will spawn. The infected look keen on protecting it. They have a boomer, though. Okay, it didn't spawn on the bottom. I take it back. Even though it hit 46%. There it is. Charger. Boomer didn't go yet. Here comes the boomer. Free two boom. Was he going to commit right away here? No, this could be big. The boomer, can he get a proxy on another? Tank is in. All right. This is everything right here. This is going to be big for Penguins. They're sending their tank in. Commons are getting locked up on Nick. The survivors separate from Nick. Nick switches over to a pull target. What a bait. He gets a punch, punches him a little too far away. He's now chasing the Boomer Horde, gathering one guy. Oh, he punches the Jock guy. There goes the in cap down to 2,700 HP. He's going to decommit and get out with probably a couple hundred, around 1,500 I'd say here. No, but what a tank so far, but they do get the pickup. Hunter comes in, lands, he drops in again. He's going to be able to get the punch here for sure. Rock, successful, punch, in cap down. Tank is able to get out again with a couple hundred. This is not looking good for Colossus at all for their tournament life. Charger comes in. Oh, he baits it, hits the other guy. The Rock's successful too. Oh, the Penguins are playing out of their mind with their SI right here. No, what are we watching?
I mean, he's still not dead. This is such an annoying spot for the survivors to deal with the tank too. They know he's so low. But they're just bleeding out. Like, they've got to push forward. They've got to finish out this chapter. But this threat of the rocks is just looming overhead. One boom comes out. Jockey will be dealt with almost. It's just a sliver of HP. Does eventually go down. Hunter getting skeeted out of the sky. And surely Rico is going to AI his tank at this point or just kill it off. Yeah, but I mean, at this point, Colossus can actually just keep. Yeah, Rico's going to AI it because, I mean, he could cut him off over here. Is that what he's gonna do? Oh, snap! Another rock incoming? I don't know, MK. I don't know about this anymore.
Ooh, okay. He's a little late on throwing the rock. I think if it was sooner, he might have gotten it, but he's keeping it alive on purpose. He's not letting it die. Okay, he wants us to chase them. They're not going to get a spit. I don't see what last SI died. If it was the Boomer, no, it's a smart call because they'll get a quad, but I don't know if it'll be fast enough, and I do think Colossus will slightly win the round. Yes, they will.
Yeah, the ending of that tank felt a little bit questionable. Hit comes in all the same. Catches him in a triple, actually. Smoke is just ripping away at Rochelle off by the side. Charge can maybe even get a surprise. Not quite. But still, they pretty much even it up.
Oh, did they actually win the seal? Look at this.
No.
And nope. The Colossus will take the round, but not by a lot and all. They're running out of chapters. I got to be honest with you. They only got 2 left, and they're not worth a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the Penguins kind of fell short there on that second half, but just because of how perfect their execution was. With the 2 end caps, with the rocks landing, everything was landing. I mean, this is an open field, right? This is supposed to be a really difficult tank, and he was just able to get so much value that even though they completely dropped the ball in the second half of the map, it didn't even matter. They were still able to just ride off that first half, especially that tank play at the beginning. So we do have a 2-2 here. Hunter, Smoker, Spit, Boom. Not going to be straight into the tank. Can I have another chance at a hit after this? So sack order is important. But obviously, landing the damage is the most important. Colossus, they need damage. They need this tank to be a wipe. In comes it. They bait it. I like it.
Hunter's kind of put out there, dog. Look at him.
Yeah. He actually spawned already crouched, right? So he doesn't make noise, even though he's crouched down. And he does get that free pounce in the spit. Coach walking in the spit for a bit as well. And yeah, I like it. I really like it. I mean, the Hunter specifically, I love that.
Yeah, pretty good chip damage coming out there. But look at the tank again in the 70% range now. We saw 3 tanks in the 70% range on this campaign. One was in the 40. So this means that the survivors are probably going to tally up 200 more plus points, I would believe, before the tank is even up. This chapter spawns the tank a little bit earlier than usual, so I don't know if they're actually going to get 300 points as that number should be. According to the map, Hunter lands Charger, late Smoker pull. It was a quad try. but not quite synced up there, and just dinks of damage coming out from each of the SI. Not a really greatly executed quad there and all, but really, again, not the greatest opportunity to land it there either.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a problematic tank spawn. In fact, this tank is so late, the survivors might just take it to the house on stilts. And if they do, pretty annoying for the tank to deal with. When the tank gets spawned in, they have immunity to the water slowdown, so they do not care that they're walking through water. They're able to just go at the same speed, able to gun it through, clear out the SIs at the same time. Beautiful job dealing with the charge. Very quick boom pop as well to prevent any booms coming out. And now they chill at the house on stilts, where it's very unlikely that the tank finds a wipe, and they're just able to get more points and more points.
Yeah, 223 is the tally so far now, and he actually has this extra car. This one's not bad to put in the front. This is what I like for the tanks. Oh, it might be out of play, and it is out of play. Unfortunate and all, but he's going right in. Big tank coming in now. Start taking it away for us.
All right, Smoker Jockey Hunter. I mean, the survivors are getting tantalizingly close for the car, but he knows. They just commit to a corner here. The issue is he's already on 1,000 HP. Hunter Jockey going to overlap, and now the SIs are dead. And finally, I mean, Skipper pop pills, so he's sure they eat the DB for that. But they definitely 100% do not get wiped there. Tank is dead. All the SIs are cleared up. Skipper willing to trade DB for keeping the rest of his team guaranteed alive, and I think it is pretty much the best trade that you can make in that situation.
Absolutely it was, but now they do have to take this charge spit with the stairs coming up here. Spawns are already ready. If they get a good here, oh, they way premature in my opinion, but it kind of still works out for the infected. I mean, never mind all. That was beautifully done by the infected. They're actually going to get rewarded with another hit right before safe room because of it. Well done by Colossus, right?
Just oozing points. Yeah, kind of an oopsie there, but I mean they have so much to work with here. They just have so much cushion to work with. Smoker Hunter Jockey charge. It is the quad. If this can land and get rid of 400 bonus, that'd be great. There's two. Jockey lands as well with the stumble onto Nick, but they will be able to eventually clear it out. It's still going to be great damage. I mean, you can't be upset. It's too upset if you're Colossus here. They even get the in-cap onto Evo Rico. So Penguins playing a little bit antsy here and getting a little bit ahead of themselves 3 times in a row. And they just toss, 200, 250 bonus, just completely toss it away. Maybe even more than that, honestly.
Yeah, that was a lot there and all, but no matter what, we can definitely say that Colossus cannot take the lead of this chapter. No matter if they get it perfect, it can't be done. So they got to play lights out here now to bring it within range, because I don't know, I don't think if you're not within 400 or 500 points, if you're more than 450, I just think it's too much, with the finale being only 400 distance.
I think you still play it. I think you still try to get the quad and just land a quad somewhere, or maybe get a tank wipe, but tank is already getting them some free points as well. I think you still send it when you're in the lower bracket in a playoffs like this, but Colossus, if it's Penguins playing lights out here, they might feel like it's no longer mathematically possible and just end it. We'll certainly see. This isn't the most threatening hit. I love the creative way that Colossus was able to milk it for some damage. We'll see if the Penguins can find some strats of their own, or if this is going to be a free hit for Colossus.
Retro attack with the spit started off. Lasted, infected, got baited, but they still did a pretty decent damage output.
Yeah.
Taking a point. Nick's going to follow after Erlin. The other two are going to play Uzi. The patience. The mind
we love patience. Showing that their head's still in this. Do eventually send it out. Smoke is going to get the pull. Hunter going for the same target. They get it in the spit as well. Boom trying to keep him stumbled in there. Not going to happen. Smoke Boom die last. And, it's about a 3% hit. Nothing too crazy. But they get a pretty nice follow-up hit. Hunter Jockey charge spit.
I'm trying to see. Okay, no, they did. I thought they switched to 3 and 1. It's still going 2 shotgun, 2 Uzi. This is interesting. I thought for sure, no, since this tank has a long way to walk, they might go with the 3 Uzi method. But Tack's coming in here really quickly. Hunter lands on a survivor that jumped in the air, and they went really far along the map. Made the spitter miss. Not much damage coming out there by the Penguins.
Well done by Colossus. This is the way that they need to be taking each and every hit for the remainder of this chapter. Without question here. I'm going to do some math once the tank spawns, maybe, if we can get a chance for that. But here he comes. It's going to be in the hands of Rico, and it looks like Colossus is, of course, going to use the water slowdown immunity as well, and just run straight across. Charge, boom, smoke, if Penguins want to try to capitalize on it.
Yeah, I think there's no way they keep... Ooh, the boomer. Nope, not going to find anything. I didn't think there was any way they keep that. And... Smoker's going to go too. Smoker dies out, and they want the Hunter Charger Jockey for the commit, and I can't disagree here. No, I think that's the best set of spawns. Okay, the Survivor's going to push to try to chip him. Very aggressive, because there's no cars here, so they can be very aggressive on this tank. But you can't go that aggressive, no, because there is a car right there.
Right.
They do chip him for 15, though. I mean, it's something, right? It's not nothing, but... Oh my goodness! What a charger coming out here! If he gets this, what a play from the Penguins! Tank at 5,000 HP. He hits him the second time with the car. The Hunter is still alive. The Hunter lands. Yeah. Oh, he goes for another one, doesn't get it.
Come on, bro.
Now he's gonna go for the grind out. It's 33 as one more car hit. Can they get him? Oh, can they get him? He's almost dead. Oh, they got him now. They saved 33. They saved him.
Dude,
I cannot believe it. He got too greedy now. They got too greedy.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna hit these other guys, so we're just having a good time. No, you waste the smack. That's it. 33 is back up. 626 bonus. It's almost like nothing ever happened there. It's almost like nothing ever happened at all. And you know what? I was calculating. They're going to be down 87 points if 836 bonus gets through. Right now they're at 617. That means this game is only like 300 bonus away right now. Unless my calculations are way off. We're about to see them walk it and lock it up. And we'll be able to do the math for sure. Hunter Spitter is an option. Just gets a scratch. And that's that, MK. What a turn of events.
And we do have a finale being played here.
Yeah.
No, this is still anybody's game, but the Penguins have a cushion, but not quite as comfortable as it was in the beginning of this chapter.
This is why you can't let your foot off the gas. I feel like so many times we see teams, especially those teams that are those up-and-coming teams who are trying to challenge, our upper echelon teams. They get so much mileage in the first few chapters. Maybe they managed to hold on to it all the way through till the end. Get a little bit sloppy at the tail end of Chapter 4 on their Survivor side. They let a lot of bonus through on their SI side. Very preventable bonus. And now we're at this position where Colossus can still find a win into this game.
I think that 338 points is the delta that they have, if I did my math correctly. No, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yes.
It's still very comfortable with only 400 distance, but they still have to make it. Charger melted. Jockey finds a target. Spit block is pretty good. Survivors cannot advance. Wow, what a spit spread. Now look at that. That's crazy. Yeah. That's like an island of its own. They didn't shoot the car.
Hey.
I don't know why. You should definitely shoot that car before tank. No, maybe they'll do it after they trigger the event. But you do not want that car to be active when the tank is up, because you don't want to make the mistake and shoot it.
Yeah.
Not going to shoot it? No, I think this is a huge bliss play now, in my opinion. Hunter gets skeeted out of the sky. Smoker lands but gets cleared. Charger melted. And right now, Colossus SI are doing nothing, no. Nothing right now.
Charge, boom, die last. So we've actually got a Hunter, Jockey, Smoker, Spit follow-up, which could be pretty good at this spot. You know, if they could get a smoke pull down on one target while they're looking at a Hunter on the other side, or maybe a Jockey lands and latches and they get some spit if they bring him down onto the lower level. We'll see. That's actually going to be the charge. I stand corrected. Without the smoke pull, I feel like they'd prefer the smoke in this area, but the Hunt is going to land. Jockey will as well. Not going to get the carry down on the Jock, but they will get the Hunt spit. and the charge is going to get to continue chilling. And no, he is going to die.
And no, we are at tank already. That's why it's not worth a lot of points on here. Look where the tank spawned, too. Quite a pickle for him to be in. Throwing rocks over top of the wall. Yeah, right? But I don't know how he has to. Is there a ladder there for him to get out? I don't remember. Not used to this finale, to be honest. Okay, he does. Never mind.
A rock-only tank. Okay, continues to try to throw him from lower ground, but beautiful team ski. Boom gets popped, smoke. Actually lands it. Okay, I mean, really, things that really shouldn't be happening, but they are. And you have to ask why. Why are they happening?
Oh, Rochelle is being really aggressive.
Look at that.
Ooh. Oh, that's good chip. No, look at that. It's 900.
It is.
The question is it worth 200 or 24 damage for a rock, or I mean 900 health for a rock? I think the survivors would trade that all day. Take it away. No, he's in.
All right, and he's got no cars unless he walks them towards it, which he is slowly doing. They're doing such a good job of staying on the roof for the time being. They get smacked off eventually. Hunter is good to go. Where's the clear from Nick? Finally clearing, but I mean we got an easy rock putt. Wait, yes, we do. 33 gets one in cap and goes down. The SIs, yeah, they did land here and there, but each time they're able to get cleared by, you know, their buddy using the 2-2 buddy system on the survivor side. They still got 488 bonus, make it 508 bonus. It has to get torn through. Otherwise, it's going to be very slim pickings for Colossus.
Yeah, look at that. No matter what, though, they can, mathematically, they can make a comeback. No matter what, even with the damage they did here now, but highly unlikely. They want to get some. Ooh, look at that free spit damage. And I believe that was a sack into a quad, too, as one comment flies to the heavens. So there's going to be at least one quad before they get on the rescue vehicle. But no, they're running out of time. I think it's only 1 or 2 more hits. And then Penguins are on.
Okay.
Also, thanks for the raid, my friend. Got a raid of 21 coming in real quick. Hot welcome to the match, guys. This has been one heck of a slobber knocker since the beginning, and Knock could definitely back that up. How about it?
Absolutely, but we gotta stay focused in because there is a quad, like you said. They did, you know, sack right into the quad. And also, a very important thing that we see them doing, I'm assuming the boat is approaching pretty soon. And we've seen this happen before. And you can hear it coming now. I believe it was Team Aura that caught with a quad while they're trying to walk onto the boat. There's also plenty of charger shenanigans that can happen. Potentially. We'll have to see as this the SIs do just bring it to a complete standstill and recognize that it's all or nothing here with this squad.
They do have 4 sets of pills. All right, here is the transition. Looks like they want to make the move. The smoker's going to sit above. Everything is separate. Here it comes. Charger misses. No quad. It's going to be only the jockey landing and the smoker. That's it and all. And the Penguins of Madagascar put up 446 points. Let's do a point tally and see what the total delta would be for 4 for them. What an impressive showing by the Penguins. 5 chapter score of 4,372. Nah. They need like perfect delta to get the comeback. Yeah. They can only do 1280.
That was
1280.
That was a Charger who did not believe in himself right there, and it is just so unfortunate to see, because they needed something there at the tail end, and with that, like you said, I mean, nothing short of perfection is the only way that Colossus can stay in Copa Peru at this point. Otherwise, they are gonna have to pack their bags. And allow the Penguins of Madagascar. And by the way, I mean, going down into a loose bracket from L'Obscurité and then getting defeated by the Penguins would not be the way that Colossus wants to go out. It would definitely call into question the kind of the pecking order of the South American region in Left 4 Dead 2. Look at the charge. I mean, this basically does it, MK. That single charge has basically done it. They're down 10%, and I don't even know if they can still do it at this point.
No, I think that's mathematically over. I don't know
Yeah.
if it was either 18 points of damage they could take or 118, but either way, they have crossed both of those thresholds, I believe. Either way, so it is already over. Congratulations to the Penguins getting the
Wow.
upset victory over Colossus, but we'll still finish this out and see how close Colossus can make it with the Tri-Cap and Boom coming in. Smoker lands, Boomer gets popped, Hunter finds a target. No cappers really simultaneous or roll in together, and that'll be an attack shut down by Colossus. So far, taking about 7% per hit on the finale.
Wow. Wow. You got to hand it to him. Well, both teams taking a loss to L'Obscurité last week.
Shout out to
Penguins.
Lego John, too.
A shout out to Lego John as well. You got the spawn coming in. Gonna have a 2-2 with the Jockey Charger. In they go.
Reloading.
Nothing. But I gotta say, looking at our brackets here, by the way, the winner of this, it has the distinct misfortune of going against Hikori next week in the losers bracket. It does look like that is going to be Penguins. Let's see Skipper handle this tank. I don't know points wise, if you know, but we're gonna see him do it. Let's see him finish it in style here. Boom comes out. Rock will knock it. Contact.
And he's going in
Thanks
here.
all you.
Yeah, he's in now. He's going to take the boom, try to push the survivors off the top. Smoker pulled down. Hunter covers beautifully. The Hunter is going to be 2 in caps from this tank. And the
Bye-bye.
Penguins are going to end this in fashion and get the grind out as he should have last chapter. 1 survivor dead. Tank down to 1,400. 2nd survivor dead. Taeying almost gets hit with the bank shot. And, he gets one punch on to Taeying. Punches him too far away. And I believe they'll be able to kill off this tank with 2 survivors left. But what a performance. Oh, Jockey comes in, gets M2'd. Rock lands onto Taeying. He doesn't have the car to get him, though. And they will kill Skipper's tank. But Skipper kills 2 survivors, though, Nall. What a finish from the Penguins.
This is a time for celebration for the Penguins. Time to open up some ceviche. However, is it cans? I don't think it's canned ceviche. Go to your nicest ceviche store. Get you some Inca Cola as well. Wash it down with, because this is a night of celebration for the Penguins. After L'Obscurité's loss, the loss to L'Obscurité last week, definitely called into question this squad, their future in Copa Peru, as they go up against teams like Colossus. And in the coming week, Hikori as well. They do find the double cap to finish it off. And we can officially say congratulations to the Penguins. They've done it. They live to fight another week. Will they make it all the way through? Well, that is a question for future weeks to answer. Because, MK, if they beat Hikori, they're probably going to have to face off against L'Obscurité once again. So really, this Penguins of Madagascar team, they're not going to be able to catch a break, but this could be the start of something beautiful for this team.
Yeah, it definitely could be. Exactly, no. They get an underdog victory in the loser bracket, continue their life at least one more round. That is them getting the victory over Colossus. The Penguins, 43-72 to 33-82. About a 1,000 point delta between one, but don't let that score mislead you. It was close back and forth all the way up to the end.